Yeah, yeah. Here we go. My dog like it's raining. We're not going outside, and I just went live. We're not playing with that. But what's good, y'all? I'm gonna get right to it. I know I already know. I'm not gonna keep saying it, but yeah, you already know how I do. Just get on here, talk my stuff. Been a while. Looking smooth. All right. Trigger the feminist. I go on random rants. Anyone who follows me on Twitter, I just be blurting out my random thoughts. And um dating now is just this society is in a interesting place. Like I feel like I don't know if humans have ever been at this point of like separation of the man and woman and the mentality and like the dating and like the era of feminism that we are in right now. Um it's not a it's not a competition because we both losing. We both gonna lose in the end if we keep this up. My friend, my feminist friend, sent me a video with this woman talking about at the end, she's saying that men are playing chicken and seeing if women will come back to our toxic ways. I'm like, it's very interesting to see the opposite spectrum because I feel like that's what men are saying. Men are saying like we are done with women and their toxic ways. And I'm not really speaking for myself. I'm not with any agenda. Uh I just speak from my opinion and what I see and the things that align. Uh I'm having fun being single. But did this so I have a friend who recently started liking a lawyer chick and kind of went through the same thing I went through. And I'm like, for anyone who follows my channel and remembers my horrid dating story about the woman that did the Kano finishing move to my heart and was just like ripped the shit out and just like ate that shit or just raised it. I'm like, yeah. Um, and I guess do I still think about that shit? Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I'm some tough guy. Yeah, I still randomly think about that shit, even though it was like over a year ago. Um, I don't know if it's ego, but it's more so like intrigue. Like, damn, that shit really hurt. Um, and I don't know if my homie was hurt the way I was. I told him like, yo, I don't know if you was hurt the way I was, broski, but I know how rejection hurts. How it can just make you. I just rethink things like what would I have done different? What could I have done different? And I guess what it is that led me to tweet about this and just thinking about this is just the fact that like from my perspective and a lot of men's perspective, when you show interest to women, it's like what used to be what you needed to do to get a woman's attention is now just considered uh um is now considered thirsty and turns women off, it seems like. So by ways of this pattern, humans think we just adjust. We're just all organisms that just adjust based on fears and based on repetition and over and over. If we keep seeing the same things happening over and over again, and we're seeing that like when we show women interest, they get turned off. But when we treat them like whatever, you know, we're smashing the first night. And why a lot of men even said growing up that assholes get the girls, the thugs got the girls, the ones who didn't care, the ones who treated them like trash were the ones to get the girls. And then the girls are turning around and saying, oh, men are toxic, but you keep going for the bad boy that treats you like shit because that's what you're attracted to. Um, so the tweet that triggered a feminist. Damn, I don't even. Me and her, we need to have this. We need to have a debate. I'm like, let's have our debate instead of going back and forth on Twitter. Um, fuck it. I was trying to hide the name, but whatever. Alexis, we gonna see it. 2023 dating advice. I just find it funny because, like we've hung out a couple times, like that's the homie, it's all peace, it's all whatever, but it's just like you only respond to my tweets that like are provocative or whatever, trigger some thinking. How about a congratulations here and there, Alexis? No, it's all love, but yeah, I'm serious too. But 2023 dating advice: find a chick you're really into, treat her like a 4, take her out twice, rarely smile, don't give compliments, ghost her. If she hits you back and lets you smash, fuck her like the world is going to end tomorrow. Then compliment her. Compliment her while you're fucking her. How about you only compliment her while you're fucking her? And she says, what the fuck did I just read? It's real. It's real. I think, so I say all that stuff, I think on a very surface level, that's what it looks like. It looks like when men are complimenting, showing that we really want a woman or showing that we really like a woman, it turns them off. And I've seen plenty of videos where women are like, I just want guys. I think Ruby Rose, like my biggest celebrity crush ever. I'd fucking... Yeah, and I know probably a million guys feel that same way, right? Like, I fucking suck the fart, I bath for it all, just, and it's like, she's tired of that shit, I'm sure. But us men, it's like, we can't help it. We just have this love, the love for the beauty of a woman. And it's like sometimes, so it's like when that beauty and then the personality attraction is like aligning, it's like we can't help but show like, yo, like feeling you, you know what I mean? Like, and that's literally the thing that turns you off. And yeah, it's just like crazy, like seeing a friend going through pretty much the same thing. Because it's like obvious you're attracted to that man when you first met. You wouldn't have given the number, giving us time of day. You're telling us to chase you. You're telling, not necessarily chase, but you're telling us to court you and do these things. And then when we start doing it, you're like, oh, you're turned off, or now you want to back away. All that's going to do is just continue to show men that to get the woman you really want, you got to be that somewhat of an asshole. And no matter what you feel, no matter like how much you attracted or how much you feel in this person, treat her like a 4. To my men out there, that's like, yeah, I've experienced it. Being that nice guy shit. I feel like me and my homie and a lot of the men, like I be around nice guys. Like I be around nice guys, and I see it. The ones that got the most ass was the assholes. I got an asshole friend when we was in college. He got the most attention. He got the most ass because he was straightforward. He was an asshole, and he was good at making women laugh for sure. But really, by his bold ways and the things he was come out of his mouth. And they wasn't compliments. It was never, oh, you beautiful. Oh, I want to. It was none of that, and when we see these things as men, it's just like, yeah, we're not going to keep doing the same dumb shit. That's not going to get us nowhere. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting to me. I would like to see on the next episode of Planet Earth where this is all going between men and women. Oh, I also wanted to make this point. Yes, before I close out, I had this point, and I'm glad I didn't forget. Humans. I think no matter what, man or woman, right? If most of your life you got, Mitchie, get out the kitchen. If most of your life you got attention, you've been a baddie or cutie all your life, according to people. You've been called a cute princess, you've been called pretty and like parents or whatever, or just treated pretty. You had pretty privilege. And then you grow up, you get older, men are hollering at you, calling you beautiful on a regular. Um, I understand that how eventually that can psych the mind out of most humans, period. Like that, this is something that you don't really hold a value, but because it's like, I don't know. It's like as men, we're physical, and that's like the first thing we obviously want. Like it's like, damn, you look at it, you look at his shit. Like I'm very physically attracted to you, and then when we're personalities attraction, that just makes us want you more. But we're giving you the things that you've been getting all your life, being called pretty, being called whatever, you know. And I see how that like programs a person to get to that point of, like Ruby Rose said, when a guy likes me, I don't like them back. I like the guys that don't like me, because probably all since middle school, high school, college, guys have been liking you, and you probably been doing, you know. I think that's some young girl shit. I think when you get older, and when you hitting them mid-30s, because when you hitting them mid-30s, 40s, you know what I mean, like most of the time it's gonna be some 50-year-old men that, you know what I mean, like, listen. You start hitting them 60s, talk to some 60-year-old single women and ask them if they're happy. If, you know, they don't, or 70-year-olds, you know what I mean? Loneliness when you get older. It's not going to always be lit. But again, I think, yeah, it's human nature, yo. It's like things that we are told all our lives, we get programmed, or things that are not told also. I wasn't like, my grandma used to call me handsome and shit, but on some personal shit, like I didn't always find myself attractive. And when women find me attractive, like I remember the first time being at Hampton University, and like that was when I first really like started telling myself like, oh shit, I'm handsome as fuck. You know what I mean? Women started getting at me, and it's like I wasn't the guy that was getting all the attention and all the girls in high school. You know, so for guys that went through that, it's like they was bad bitches too. You know, I mean, not for nothing. Like, shout out my nigga Simba. He was the first one. It was just like, yeah, I'm a bad bitch. So I get treated like we get bad bitch privileges type shit. You know what I mean? And I know what that's like. I know what that's like. Being in places, being attractive, and like it feels great now. But if I was getting that all my life, getting that attention all my life, yeah, it probably would turn me or not matter as much, you know, getting any woman I want, you know, if you're a beautiful woman or decent looking woman, you could, I mean, you know, you get sex whenever you want if you really on that type of time. These things just don't impress you as much. But I also just feel like it's just getting a little extreme. It's getting a little extreme. Women are very in for themselves these days. I feel like women are easily giving up nowadays and not really trying anymore. And what could I say about men? I don't like to just talk about one side. Men are also toxic and thinking with their dicks, and I'm really thinking, what are men doing also to contribute to this? Simping. There we go. Simping. The simps have also contributed a lot of this terrible dynamic, bad behavior. The simps that push women to behave this way, and the DMing and the social media gas and all the gas and from the simps that don't look past looks and get to a personality. Because I'm definitely about both. Like, it's not like just like the one girl who ripped my shit. She was pretty, but it wasn't just the pretty, you know. It was like they was all hitting on cylinders until, you know, you get closer, but whatever. And then you get blinded by beauty too, you know. You do get blinded when you're really attracted to somebody. But yeah, the simping behavior has definitely yeah. But anyways, I think I'm done with my rant. People need to talk more. Men and women need to talk. I would love to debate a woman to have this conversation going back and forth instead of me talking to myself trying to freestyle. I want to get somewhere. Like I want to see them. I love seeing the different mentalities because again, to my friend that responded, in her world, it's like, it's still super like patriarchy and feminism and toxic masculinity and like all these things that's like in a whole different world where it's like, I don't hang out with toxic dudes that act like what they talking about. And I don't hang out with women that talk like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. So, but I think a lot of the world does think like this right now. But let's talk. Let's get to some conclusion with this. As usual, we're gonna keep this going. You know what I mean? More updates coming, more shows coming, got more YouTube content coming. Thank you for watching me.